possible to book appointments from LinkedIn? And the answer is yes. And I'm going to tell you how I did it, booking 8 appointments in 1 week. And listen, no influencer trick here. This is just pure prospecting. Check it out. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast. I'm your host, Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. And I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. On this episode, we're going to talk LinkedIn. I'm going to give you some ideas on how I booked 8 appointments in 1 week using LinkedIn and how you can take advantage of this too. If this is your first time listening to our podcast, thank you for being here. I encourage you to subscribe so we can notify you every time we have another piece of dope content. And if you're listening to the show for years, months, weeks, please take this episode, share it with your team, share it with your company. Maybe they could use it for use us for sales kickoff. But just please go ahead and share the word, spread the word. We appreciate that. So let's talk LinkedIn. As you know, it's beginning to look a lot like New Year. Things are getting busy. You have quota. You're optimistic and you want to kick off. Do not wait till the end of the year, as we can see, to hit your quota. Let's try to hit it front and load this thing and try to get as many opportunities in the pipe as soon as possible. Now, we know right now that your different industries have different time frames when it's best to be able to maybe do demo season or whatnot. When I sold to government, it was a certain window. It was actually between now and to April where we had this time frame where we need to do a lot of our demos. In some of your industries, that's not the case. You can do year-round selling, and there's not a particular window. Maybe it's end of year, physical year. So you did a lot of demos last year or right now as people are got money for their budgets. But the point is, we need to make sure we are following our whatever industry trends, but we also need to make sure that we're building pipe at the right time. So it's a new year, so let's just start doing this darn thing properly. Now, one thing I would tell you when it comes to LinkedIn, whenever I talk about LinkedIn, people are like, well, Donald, you're an influencer, so you get a lot more people. And that's true. I do get a lot more folks. And some of you are going to go on LinkedIn right after this podcast or listen during this podcast, and you're going to follow me. But I encourage you not just to follow, just send me a connection request. Click on the 3 dots next to the connection request and just send me a direct connection request. And I would love to chat with you. You guys get to hear from me, but I never get a chance to hear from you. I want to talk to you too. Shoot, I want to hear your voice too. Go ahead and send me a message, and love to connect with you in chat. And I'll answer those messages personally as well. Just be patient with me in replies. But here's what I did. It's not just influencer, because I've tried this with my team and I've tried this with others that are individual sales rep, and it works. We have a program called our LinkedIn prospecting course. You can find out more about it by going to thesalesevangelist.com/LinkedIn. Or go to thesalesevangelist.com and click on our LinkedIn prospecting course underneath our courses, our training programs, and you can see details on it. The idea behind the course is that we teach you how to utilize LinkedIn to be able to grab attention, 1, 2, get grab attention, 2, get engagement, then conversations, and then appointments. So the way that I did this, there's one of the lowest hanging fruit, and all of you have it. You have connections right now that you probably can get appointments with, but you probably haven't done it. And especially now at the beginning of the year is a great time to do it. And what I mean, if you look at it, you have people, maybe you have like 1,000 people you're connected with. Of those 1,000, there are probably people in there that are potential customers or could be potential customers or past customers, or there are folks that you just know in your network, but you probably never told them. They don't necessarily know what you do. So what I did was I tried to get 5 to 7 minutes appointment with people that I know. So that was my first layer. So reach out to the people that you know, find them, that the ones that you know and potentially could be a good fit for your industry, and just ask them this simple thing: permission to ask a question. It's going to blow your mind, but these people already know you. So just ask permission, ask a question. These are all first degree connection. They're going to say, sure. What's up, Mike? Yeah, sure. What's up, Jermaine? Sure. What's up, Leroy? They're going to ask you, they're going to say, give you the opportunity. And at that point, you can give them that pitch because now they know you. You have to make sure it's relevant, right? So one of the ones that I said, and like, I noticed that you guys are a growing team. I noticed that you're recently, have, got a new position as VP of sales. Most of our clients at this point are looking for ways they can do some changes or advance help their team to build more pipeline. We help companies use LinkedIn to do so, or our sales foundation program. Would you be open to learning more? And most of those people, they responded and said, yeah, Donald, I'm open to learning more. Right now it's busy. Let's schedule a time later. Or yes, I'm open. Let's meet. And what I did was I just sent them a calendar invite, and I told them that I want to do 5 to 7 minutes appointment. That's easy for them to do. And I talked about this in my last meeting, my last episode. When you do that 5 to 7 minute meeting, I find that yes, you can answer their questions and give them enough information in that 7 minutes that usually cause them to have interest and want to do more. But it's such a low number, it's such a small number that people are willing to give you that. It's less than 10 minutes. And also the simple fact they already know you, they already trust you. But that's one of the easiest ways. I promise you, it is so silly easy to be able to get appointments, but most people don't do it. They sleep on it. The other thing you can do is appointments are appointments. So you might be able to get appointments with people who could be influencers. This is one step further back. For number two, so these people might, when I say influencers, influence a deal or influence you getting connected with the right people. So past coworkers that you have worked with who may have individuals in their company. So I would call, see if I can get an appointment with them and be upfront. I use the voice message feature on LinkedIn, and the way you can do this is just go onto the app and just when you send a message next to it, there's a mic. Just go ahead and uh, hold it down and then just simply do a voice message to them. So you might say something like, "Hey Donald, I saw that you worked in the past with Marvin at ABC Company. I would love to connect with you about him. I'm trying to connect with their organization, and I wanted to get some intel. Would you be willing to give me 5 minutes for a quick 5 minute call?" Now that person like, sure, I can tell you more about him, or no, I didn't know much about him. He worked in a different department or whatnot. But that's at least you can get that. And that's an easy way to get the appointment. You're getting people who can influence the deal. You can try to call Marvin Cole, but if you can get some information potentially for an introduction, that's great. The other one is that's again, it's a little bit further out. It's not just direct to the prospect, but it's also people who could be partners. I like to find people that I could probably give opportunities to, and I try to connect with those people and then try to get them. And usually I find if I can give to them, they can give back to me. So if I know somebody, like right now, I know some recruiters are looking for candidates, right? And I have a couple people in my network that are looking for jobs. So I reach out to those individuals. Hey, I noticed that you're in a tech space as well. We're connected, blah, blah, blah. I have a couple people that are looking for the next gig. Can we set up a time to talk? And and see if there's a way we can collaborate. They're going to take that appointment because I can give them something. But in that call, I might ask them, I say, I noticed that you also with XYZ, do you know anyone that are working, any of the sales leaders at any of these companies as well? Now I do my research beforehand and they're going to say, yeah, I know some of those people, but I'm getting an introduction or getting intel that can help me to move the deal forward. Now the number three one, this is the one when it comes to the cold prospects. What I do with those is that I find people that I can give a value to. So let's back up. The first one, people in my network, first degree connection. Second one are people in my network as well that then may not be that Apple update. That was balloons. I need to turn that off. The number two, if I do the peace sign, that those balloons are going to go up. But number two is people who are in my network, but are also could be a value added, could be a partner, could be a strategic partner somehow, could be somebody that can influence a deal, could be somebody that gives me a referral or whatnot. And those work. And those were some, I think I had a few of about one of two of those, but mostly it was with prospects when I had the 8 appointment. Now, the second group are potential. The third one are people who are potential customers, and this was the biggest number that I had people deal appointments with. These were people who had issues that I could help out with. So what I do is I share my post on LinkedIn or LinkedIn polls, and those polls tackle a specific challenge. So it might say, maybe something like, um, the LinkedIn is my number one lead generation source. And then everyone would probably yes or no. So people are going to say yes, 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 or no, 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 no. Now the ones that are saying yes, I might start a conversation with them. They already respond, so I send them a message and say, "Hey, saw that you engaged on my poll. Thank you so much. Permission to connect." If they're not first degree connection, they'll connect. And I'll say, I saw that you're using LinkedIn. What makes it works for you so well? They'll tell me what they do, and they might say, and then I would say something like, "Hey, if you're open to a tip, be more than willing to share an idea with you that's been working for us." And this is all voice message we're connecting. They're going to say, sure, we book appointment that way. And I give them a tip. Usually in that they ask, can I learn more about your program or learn more about what you have to offer? The same idea with you might be, you do a poll, maybe you're in telecom or whatnot. And then you simply ask that you do a poll that maybe, say something like, I find fiber to be problematic, not as effective as blah, blah, blah. and then somebody might respond towards that, or maybe another industry topic based on your industry. 2025 AI is definitely taking over telecom, true or false, and people respond to that, and maybe you're in telecom and you might say, people will say no to it. You can say, out of curiosity, why do you think that it's not? And they might say, no, because I feel that we're still going to have the age of this and we need people to do this, blah 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 blah. Totally agree with you. And then you start the conversation around it, depending on what you have to offer. Maybe you're a telecom company, you want them to take advantage of some of the tools that are out there. You might say, well, if you're open to it, I can give you a couple ideas of how you can make sure that you can still maintain your workforce and utilize AI. Sure, open to a quick conversation. And people who say yes to it might ask, tell me what are some of the things that you're doing to see why you think AI is taking over the industry or whatnot. And they might give you some ideas. You might say, yeah, here's another idea too, blah, blah, blah. Would you be open to a 5 to 7 minute call? I have another thought that maybe can help you out as you guys are embracing AI. But now you're having conversation with people. The thing is, you're not just telling someone, hey, come on, send out a bunch of LinkedIn message, say, come and join me, meet with me so I can tell you about our industry. But you're identifying challenges that people have, and then you're bringing value to them with that. That was probably the easiest one for me to generate appointments with people that I didn't know, because I found them on my post, and then I utilized my post to be the engagement on my post. If you don't have much following, LinkedIn polls is a great one. Or, as I mentioned a couple episodes ago, you need to go on to the comments of people in the big sources in your industry and engage with people there. Then you can send a connection request and have direct messages and do the same exact process. But you got to address a challenge that they're facing, and that leads to grabbing their attention. 2, then you get them to engage with you by replying back to your connection request or to the conversation. And then 3, those conversations lead to appointments where you ask them a question if they're open to getting some ideas that can help them, because you need to focus it on problems that they're having. Anyways, hopefully that helped. But that's what I did, and literally 8 appointments. And I do this all the time, and I book appointments on LinkedIn. My team does it, and they book appointments. Your job, what I tell folks, is that you need to get at least, just try to get 3 appointments on LinkedIn. And that's what our course is all designed to do, is to help you to get at least 3 appointments from LinkedIn. You're going to have inbound, and you're going to have things from your company. So if you can get 3 appointments, you're booking 3 appointments. If you're prospecting focused, you're going to be in a good position moving forward to be able to hit your numbers. I would love to hear your thoughts. Go on LinkedIn and connect with me, and watch. Let me show you how it works. So go on LinkedIn, send me a connection request, and let's start having a dialogue. I would love to help you. If you feel that LinkedIn could be something that could benefit your team, go ahead and drop us a message, or drop me a message. You can always go to thesalesevangelist.com/LinkedIn to learn more as well, or just go to salesevangelist.com and click on the sales training and see our LinkedIn prospecting course. But this stuff works. You don't have to connect with me to see it. You can go ahead and take everything I share in this episode and apply it, and you'll see results. Number 1, people who are already in your network, permission to ask a question. Number 2, those who could be partners and influencers who can guide you and give you connection to others. And then number 3, those prospects who are out there, people, your second degree connections. And 3rd, that you may not necessarily you don't necessarily know, but it could be a good fit for your business. Go ahead and give them educational knowledge. Share your insights, and that helps you to land appointments. As always, I want you to thrive. I want you to succeed. I want you to build value. I want you to close more deals. I want you to raise your level of thinking. I want you to go out, make 2025 amazing, and do big things. See you on the next one.